Hey guys, I'm Wartank, and this is my official Medal of Honor Warfighter review. The game was released October 23rd, 2012, so here we go. Medal of Honor has the great Frostbite 2 engine at its side with great lighting effects and great sound effects. It was the same engine that also powered Battlefield 3 last year. The only downside to Warfighter is that there's not many destructible objects or items in the game that you can destroy in single player or multiplayer side. Basically, the only thing that you can destroy or shoot through is probably a glass window and a wooden fence. That's about it. So, for the single player campaign, I had basically no issues with it. I never ran into any bugs or glitches. The only thing that really bugged me was that the campaign felt dull. It did not fulfill the emotions that Danger Close promised, and it also felt like any other first-person shooter campaign. With that said, let's move on to the multiplayer side. Now they introduced a new system, fire team system, or buddy buddy system you can call it, in Warfighter. Basically what you do is you get a partner, and what this partner does for you is, gives you health if you need it, and refills you on ammo. You can also spawn on this person wherever they are in the map, unless you are, or unless that person is, surrounded by enemies. So great feature there. I do like it, but they do need to tweak it just a little bit. I was in a party about 7 or 8 people of us, and we wanted to play on the same team. We got to play one game. We found an empty server, let it populate it, populate it a little bit. But the second game and several games after that, it ended up switching, many of us to the other side and switching our buddies, our buddy system. So we didn't really get to play together like we wanted to. So just tweak it just a little bit there. But it's good and solid around about 4 or 5 people in the party. We got to stay on the same team and be buddies. So customization. Customization is really big nowadays. So Warfighter, they give you a lot more guns to mess around with, and give you more camos, give you more ability to change your optics, your scopes, and your barrel, whatever, like the whole 9 yards. But they do limit you on what you can use, and to me, it feels like they only give you 4 guns. I went through all the guns, and it looks like they only give you 4 guns per class with very limited attachments. So to me, it feels like the same 4 guns out of 12 guns that they give you. So it feels like the same 4 guns with different names, different nations, but the same attachments. And now they give you 6 different classes in the game. They give you Sniper, Assaulter, Demolitions, Heavy Gunner, Point Man, and Spec Ops. And they all each have their own class ability. And the class abilities, honestly, the Spec Ops is probably the most overpowered, as a lot of people are complaining about that. I really don't mind it, but it does give you a hell of a big advantage. It allows you to see through walls for about 2 to 3 seconds. And they did nerf it a little bit, I think 3 days after the initial launch of the game. So now it takes double or triple the time to gain that ability back. So I guess that kind of works out, but still it gives you an unfair advantage. There's no true weapon stat system. They only tell you effective range, clip size, agility, magnification, and stealth. There's no, details on what the weapon damage is or what the weapon accuracy is, etc., etc. The map design. The maps, they don't really bother me, but they do only have 8 maps total, with the map packs coming soon. So that's pretty good. But it feels like the same 4 maps over and over again. Although I do like the feel of a real-life combat area, the map layout gives players an unfair advantage, such as head glitching, spawn trapping, and high advantage points. Depending on what side you spawn on, if you get that high advantage spawn point, generally your team will always win. And that leads to spawn trapping and a whole lot of head glitching. The spawn system is not the best. In fact, it could be easily the worst. You spawn out of the map. You spawn under the map, and then you die. You get a free death. So there you go. Happy birthday. But Beside that, the out of bounds. You can't. Sometimes you can't spawn on your buddy, or you can't just spawn in the back where your initial spawn point is because of some unknown error, and I'm not sure exactly what that is. So you guys are gonna have to look into that. Hit detection is pretty bad in this game. It feels like you have to aim down sights all the time, even when somebody's 2 feet in front of you. You could kill a person first, but yet they end up killing you at the same time, which I don't see how that happens so often in this game. I mean, yeah, I guess if they get the extra bullet off in time, then I guess yeah, sure. But it happens so much in this game, it's just ridiculous. Some other things that I noticed while playing this game is that it crashes when loading into the server. There's a lot of lag via server side. You can't customize secondary weapons. You can't pick up guns. There's a lot of restricted areas in the game, especially if you're playing combat mission. There's a lot of head glitchers, a lot of campers, a lot of people who don't move and just go prone where they're at. It feels like everyone just relies on the most overpowered weapons. And, there's each class basically has their own overpowered weapon. So, like I had this in my other video, there for the assaulters, like EBR or the M4 V1. But the most guns that I see is your people class, or the classes that are people playing is sniper and assaulter, because they rely on those sniper rifles, which is basically one shot, one kill. Especially if you have a semi-automatic sniper, you just keep spraying that thing, and the person will be laid out easily. Noob tubers for assaulter class, and they just rely on a whole lot of explosives, throwing random frag grenades, yada yada, stuff like that. And there's a lot of campers in this game. People don't want to do the objective, even though this game is supposed to be an objective-based game. So, my official review, or my official rating for this game, is a 3 out of 5 stars. Um, but if I missed something, let me know. Let me know what you guys think about the game, and if you would like to give me your own review, I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions. But I'm getting out of here, guys. More tanking, of course, as always. In the meantime, have a great time fragging.